All right, fellas, here back another Pokemon TCG video, and I want to say before this video starts, not going to try to get too political. I do think politics are extremely important. You should have very strong political opinions, whatever way you think. You definitely gotta, be pretty active in the scene of politics, whatever, right? Like I Yeah, this isn't a politics channel though. Obviously, I'm not gonna like advise you feel one way or another. I'm just gonna give you the information. That's really all there is to it. I've got my opinions. I hope there's a lot of opinions I hope other people share, but I'm not gonna like be too specific on those. Call it complacent, call it whatever. Don't really care. I mean, that's just how it is. Not everyone's wanting to talk about that here, but we're talking about how is the current political situation of the United States of America going to be affecting Pokemon cards, at least in the sense of being in the United States of America. I'm not sure how this affects countries outside of the U.S., like in terms of say going from Japan to the United Kingdom, Japan to and Ireland to France, whatever, right? All or China to those countries, whatever, right? I'm not sure if there's like any major impact on this. I mean, obviously like if you just think about it politically and economically, U.S. somewhat makes the world go round or something like that. I don't know how the fucking politics goes. Big ego U.S., right? Whatever. But not really trying to make that point here. But this is mostly how things going to affect the U.S. because like directly, at least for like a common person to be able to understand. Reciprocal tariffs. All right, so yesterday, last night, whatever you want to call it, about 10 and a half hours ago as the time of recording this, probably a little bit more as the time of uploading, we got the effect of the tariffs going in place. The whole time during Trump's campaign, he was saying, we're going to bring back the economy using U.S. made goods or whatever, and tariffs, right? And tariffs on other countries in order to like make money or encourage U.S. Production of its goods, whatever stuff like that. Which have your opinion on that, do whatever. That's again not the point of this video. This affects Pokemon cards. Say what you want. Say what you want about politics. Say that you don't like it. This affects Pokemon cards. Because, well, if we want to go down the list here again, this is Pokeani's video. I probably should have like mentioned that first, not like just bummed his video for my own interest. I apologize for that. But great YouTuber here. He goes over the business side of Pokemon and as well as like the market side of it as well. He has his own Pokemon card shop. I recommend buying from him. He's a great guy. He goes into all this stuff, whether like in terms of business, like the different finances part of it, like the thing with distributors, and then also the market stuff where it's like, why is the market like this, or like how are things doing in like the distributor level, how's Pokemon Center handling stuff, like is there enough printing. He handles all of that stuff related to like the Pokemon TCG, which is great for sure. If you see this video, if you see this little chart here he's got pulled up, because I don't really want to pull up my own, these are basically a percentage tax of what things are going to be costing extra when imported into the United States. 24% from Japan, for at least Japanese goods. South Korea, 25%. China, 34%. Is Indonesia, 32%. Those are like the 4 biggest non-English TCG Pokemon cards, and I would expect them to go up about that much. Chinese singles and Chinese products directly shipped from China, probably going to go up about 34%. Chinese Pokemon singles, booster boxes, sealed product, whatever it is, 24%. South Korean, 25%. Indonesian, 32%. Those are, I'm pretty sure, the biggest ones, which is, good lord, actually just fucking insane. It's nuts. And well, let's do some basic math. If U.S. import is going to, make that stuff, if importing to the U.S. is going to make that stuff go up by 24%, a shop like Pokeani, Sakura's card shop, any single card shop, you're probably your local store, your local card shop, right? Whatever that is, none of them are going to be willing to pay that 24% and take the bite on their business. No one is. No good business owner would. Is it great if a business owner does? Sure, but none are going to, because that's just how the market works. That's just the basic economics of it. No one, especially because you can start running at a pretty big deficit if you do that, especially with the minor margins that I've heard being gained upon selling Japanese product, but whatever. They're gonna basically send, the U.S. import, we're gonna tariffs are gonna like send that to the shops. They're gonna be like, okay, if you want to import this product, it's gonna be, let's say, 24% extra, basically. And they're gonna be like, nope, not paying that. Whoop, goes down to the consumer. You who are buying from the shop. What does this mean in basic summary? All of this, assuming, it's, not already in the United States, or, not from another country that doesn't have like a 24%, tariff increase or whatever, though everything's got 10% up, but whatever, it's fine. No, it's not, but it's fine. We'll say it's fine. Basically, it's all going to go up 24%, basically. I mean, if you want to think about it just basically, I'm not the biggest on economics. There could be there could be more details to it, but if you want to water it down like the absolute least, let's just take a box of battle partners. Let's look at battle partners stuff here, and let's look at it here. So we got battle partners. The current lowest listing, whatever, is like $80. Average listing, whatever it is, it's like $80. What's 24% of $80? Well, let's see. That's basically 25%. That's basically $20. It's going to go up to $100. Basically, every single product sold directly from Japan to a card shop is going to be going up about 24%. Probably could be more. Some shops could do more. Some might say, oh, I'll bite a little bit of the bullet and do a little bit less. But it's going to go up no matter what. About 24%. Meaning that this box is going to be like $99. Yeah, that's great, isn't it? That's great. Stuff hasn't gone up yet, surprisingly, frankly. I honestly thought people would like bite this faster, but I would expect in the coming days a lot of the stuff to go back up. Pokemon cards are already not in a great situation, English can't print nearly enough. Japanese cannot print nearly enough. Korean and Chinese have started to go up just because of the demand and lack of supply in English and Japanese. And well, now they're all going to go up, other than maybe English, but English could also go up because of things being printed outside of the United States. The cards are printed in America, which is why the quality's shit. I'm just being honest. Let's just be honest with ourselves here. That's why it's so bad. But a lot of I've heard that a lot of the products, like Elite Trainer boxes, like little accessories, and probably the box itself, are produced outside of America. So unless they start printing those inside of America, we're gonna have a problem, or at least those could have a problem. Whatever. The goods could go up. You could see baseline $60 Elite Trainer boxes, Pokemon Center ETBs like 65, 70. It's little. Might think that's a little bit of a little increase, but pretty big. And well, I wanted to actually pull this up from Sakura's Card Shop, a shop that I buy from all the time. They're trustworthy, whatever, blah, blah, blah. You don't really need my wording to kind of prove their integrity. You can just look at the amount of people that support them. Versus the hardest part, I pay $80,000 more for Team Rocket than I sold it all for. I don't feel like losing $80,000 or canceling orders. And this basically shows the mood. Well, you sell a box of something for $200 because Glory of Team Rocket, as we've stated, was about $200 baseline price, which is stupid. Wouldn't pay that anyway. That's about what it's going up to. Oh man. Because I've heard that not on top of the 24%, that you're getting from being products from a specific country. I'm pretty sure there's also a baseline that gets added on top of that, which is why this is actually going to be even more than just 24%. It's going to be, I think, closer to 34%. Again, I'm not trying to get uber political about anything or trying to like doom post or anything or whatever, but like, it's bad. It is. It's happening, right? If just to like kind of go a little bit in that direction. You voted, this way. I hope you accepted this is the circumstance, because, well, you've just fucked probably the next at least 4 years in terms of like being able to afford this hobby, at least outside of English product. $270 for a Japanese booster box. $270. And let's just consider this, obviously Glory of Team Rocket is the most extreme case. Extreme. Let's go to a happy little butterfly world with tariffs for a second and think, let's go back down to $50 baseline booster boxes. Remember when booster boxes used to be that expensive? Like, let's just search up Pokemon Japan, Japanese sets. Let's fucking transformation mask. I think that's a little bit, yeah. You know what? That's actually a good price. Transformation mask, it was around $40 baseline. Look, a year ago, it was like $35, whatever, right? $40 baseline. Most of the baselines for a lot of booster boxes being sold are like $40 to $50. What do you think a 24 to 34% increase of that's going to be? That makes a baseline $40 booster box $50 to $55. And that makes a baseline $50 booster box. Again, this is considering like before the massive hype period, right? Back, whenever we reset all the time and end up, coming back down to MSRP and booster boxes, we're in Japan, they're like $30 import them, they were 35, whatever. Well, now you can't import them for that much. You've got to import them with that 34% tariff increase, and it's, accounted for. Meaning that this is probably going to, any baseline booster box, again, this is about the baseline price if you were not in a super hyped up market. Like a new set, right? New sets now are obviously going 70, 80, fucking $200, right? But if we consider, if the market would just go back down whenever, I think this is going to help it, frankly, to go back down. Say what you want about that. This isn't going to be a baseline anymore. I would consider $60 to be the baseline probably at this point for a basic 40, what used to be a $40 booster box. I would expect $60 to become the new norm for that. And if you think that's fine, sure, whatever, but man, that's going to apply to everything, especially when you try to like import singles or whatever. That's going to be terrible. I just want to make a video over it. It's important to cover. Obviously, not trying to get too political on anything or whatever. I think politics are important, and you should, be very vocal in your opinions. But I know my channel's not the place for that, so I don't bother with it. Just expect your prices to go up, and don't be mad at card shops for doing it because it's not their fault. That's just not how the economy works. If something goes up for someone, they are going to push that down the line to the consumer. It's going to reach the consumer. No business, not in the history of like humanity, is going to be biting the bullet for you in order to actually, maintain your trust. It's just going to go up. It all is, everything goes up gradually, eventually, whatever, and come back down, if we were to get rid of the tariffs, but I don't think it's going to happen. So, what's my advice? At this point, get stuff while you can get it for whatever price it's at, assuming you're okay with paying that price. Like Chinese singles on eBay are still going for the same amount that they were yesterday. Get them, get them before they go up and before they run out. That's one big thing. Same with Japanese, same with Korean, Indonesian, whatever. Get that stuff you want. And then probably opt out of the hobby for a while because it's gonna be fucking rough. We'll see how black and white, the mega sets, and all that are handled. But yeah, whatever. I'll see you later. Hope y'all enjoyed. Good luck on your cards in general. I'll see you later. Hope y'all enjoyed. Peace.